Time for a big episode
Mm-hmm.
full of performance, music, and comedy,
And tears.
and Tears for Fears.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
They have another
That's
song.
the end of the episode. Bye.
Oh, they're also going to perform Shout 2000.
Were you
it's
trying to think of Tears for Fears songs?
I knew there was another Tears for Fears song I knew. Except this is the Disturbed cover.
Ugh, no, please.
Let it all out. Oh, wow.
Why are you doing this to me? Why?
Look, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning when we were recording this, so
But
that's
also,
why.
like, how are those the only songs you know? Like, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Shout,
Yes.
like, Head Over Heels is a great song. Like,
May have heard of it.
you definitely have heard it.
Potentially.
You definitely have heard it.
Perhaps.
Something happens and I'm head over heels.
I don't know. That just sounds like a phrase that could be in anything.
Meow, yes.
Exactly, Max. Max agrees with me.
You know what else is a Tears for Fears song?
What?
Mad World.
Is it?
Mhm.
I probably knew that, but it's like I would like to reiterate, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. My brain doesn't work. Big contributions from the audience here.
I don't know why he's so chatty right now.
Because it's late, and he's like, why are you still up talking?
Go to
Go to
bed.
bed, you weirdo. Hello, this is Jared, Now Watch K on episode number 35. I'm Jared, that is Doc Alley and Lady M.
Hello.
We are discussing season 2, episode number 20, titled Yet Another School Festival, because it's another school festival.
Yes, it is.
Time for some performances from Tears for Fears. Exactly. Max is very much into this episode. He's like, I want to talk about the performances. I want to talk about Yui's comedy.
He wants to talk so bad.
He does.
Hey, buddy,
What
you're
a good
doing
dude.
you're doing a good job.
He really is.
What a good co-host.
Welcome to Jared and Al and Max Watch K on.
Okay, but you can call him a guest star. How's that?
It's Jared and Al featuring Max.
Anyway, we have another school festival.
We have another school festival, yes. They are waking up, coming off of the heels of our last episode.
Mio has been written on.
They wrote stuff on Mio's arm, because that's the thing to do, and then she bonks Ritsu.
As she does.
Mm-hmm. They get all hyped and ready to play. They talk about how they want this to be their best show, play like they are the best, and then they're going to eat tasty cake.
Yes.
Yeah! Wait, what?
I want to eat tasty cake. Not like
So-
the actual brand tasty cakes. I just want to eat an actual tasty cake.
You want a cake that is tasty.
Correct.
So they get ready, they get into the shirts that Ms. Yamanaka made for them, and they go to the auditorium. They get everything set up. They talk about some of the previous school festivals and the trials and tribulations they've gone through. Mio remembers what happened 2 years ago.
Oof.
Yui remembers what happened last year where she got sick and then forgot Gita and came in late and everything.
And then they say, well, bad things come in threes.
Threes. And then Yui trips as the curtains opens. Also, Notika's like, and here it is, the main event of the school festival. They're like,
No
oh
pressure.
God. Oh God.
No pressure.
The curtain rises, they turn around and see everyone, and they all have the shirt.
All of them. They're like,
They all have the same
"Yeah."
shirt. And they're like, oh God, you all have the same shirt. We were not ready for this. We're gonna... Yui starts crying.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets snot out, and someone's like, that's gross.
I mean, yeah.
She introduces the band, and they get into their first song called Gohan wa Okazu, or Rice as a Side Dish. Al's favorite song to ever hit this series. As you can hear from her voice, she's very much enthralled by it. It's her favorite song ever.
Okay. We've had this discussion since I found out this song existed. I love rice.
You do.
I love rice. I eat it like for meals and it's side dishes, and I just will eat rice all the time. I love rice.
Look, it's from the first line of the song. Rice is amazing.
It is amazing. It's really the fact I take issue with the title. The rest of the song is a love letter to rice, and I'm okay with that.
A love letter to rice.
But calling it a side dish and only a side dish is a mistake. I don't remember what I said earlier, but it was hilarious. It was like a very academic way of saying like she was mistaken about her thoughts on rice.
I'm trying to remember too now.
Because we were both making fun of me. But it was appalling, is what I said. It was appalling.
It's appalling.
But the song would have been fine if it was just a love letter to rice. Calling it rice as a side dish, and even saying within the song rice is a side dish, is incorrect and discredits how amazing rice is and the amazing things you can do with rice and the fact that you can just eat it as you want to.
Yeah, that's what the song says.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it?
Talking about rice is really great.
Yeah.
It's the best food ever. You should eat it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if you
Or-
go with apparently the manga translation,
Mm-hmm.
it's just called rice is the dish. And it's just like, hey, rice should be everything.
I agree.
Main dish, side dish, whatever you want. Eat rice.
I agree.
So there you go.
If you
Fight
go with the
Yui.
manga, if you go with the manga translation, then it's accurate. If you go with this translation, it is inaccurate, and you get a big boop boop desua. The streams are officially crossing.
It's true.
I love rice.
You do.
You can do so many things with rice. You can like make it go in so many different categories, like different world cuisine with rice. So good. So versatile. So
Rice.
delicious. God, I love rice. I want rice right now.
So yeah, they perform rice as a side dish. Yui gets the crowd to sing along during the parts where she goes, "Ich Nissan Shigo Haun."
And they say
Yeah. During like the chorus part, like she says something, they're like, "What the heck?" Or at least in the anime or in the subs that we watched.
yep.
Which is good though. So they finish off rice as a side dish, and Yui goes into introducing all the band members. They talk about the play and everything. So they get Mio to perform some lines, and the crowd goes ape.
Mm-hmm. Because also her fan club is there.
They are in full force. Ritsu also has to perform some lines and is also just as embarrassed.
Yep.
They get a sign from Nodoka to be like, "Hey, let's keep it going, come on." And then he's like, "Oh, by the way, here's Azamugi. And hey, what song are we playing? I forgot."
She's like, we were supposed to put the set list on a post-it or something. She's like,
I put it in my pocket, but we changed outfits. So we go to commercial. They come back from commercial, and they're wrapping up Fuwa time. Some like new people come in. They're given the shirts to wear and all that sort of stuff. Yui once again reintroduces the band and all of the supporters. So she introduces Miss Yamanaka, Sawa-chan, and she keeps saying it. And Mia's like, "You can't say Sawa-chan." So, and then the band gets introduced again, and they all say a little spiel. Yui introduces Nodoka, but Nodoka's like, "I don't want to be on stage. No."
no.
Mugi gets to talk a little bit, and the crowd yells Mugi at her. She's like, very excited. Yui talks about Tonchan, and they're like, "What's a Tonchan?" Like, he's a pig-nosed turtle. He's got a nose that's like a pig snout.
You can come see him in our classroom.
Yes. All of a sudden, Ritsu get their own introductions, and Ritsu's like, let's get on with the next song.
Yep.
Also, the crowd yells at Ritsu for being too stiff and formal. And then they're like, you gotta introduce yourself, Yui. She's like, oh yeah. Then they all introduce her, and Yui's like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? Yui gets very pumped and does rounds of thank yous for everyone. And then like she goes way too far with it, and they just like everyone's just like very confused and just gives her a polite applause at the end.
Yeah, they're like, yikes.
Like, that's Yui. They end their set with their new song "You and I," and it's very nice and sweet. Also, Ui yells at her sister during the introduction parts, and Yui yells back, and Ui's like, "That's my sister. She yelled at me." And June's just like, "Yeah, you kind of yelled at her." It's real good. So yeah,
Really good.
they perform "You and I" and wrap up their set, and everyone is just real jazzed about the performance. Crowd went wild, and then they go back to the club room. They're all sitting down on the floor and just in awe of the show they had. Like Mugi talks about like how she blacked out and she's not even sure if they even played well at all. It's like it was just great. They get into talking about how their instruments thought the show was, and then start talking about like, oh well, this show's gonna be great, and this show's gonna be great, and this show's gonna be great, and then like oh, but next year's school festival's gonna be even greater, and then they're like, but the thing is, we're not gonna be at the next school festival. And then everyone starts getting real sad and crying. And it gets real sad.
It gets real sad.
It gets real sad. Mugi like breaks down. Mio's real sad crying. Yui's like, I'm not crying, it's just sweat. It's like, you have snot running down your nose. What? Same thing happens to Ritsu.
Also uses that example. Yeah. Yep. It's sweat.
It's sweat. They they basically make themselves laugh to get out of it. And then kind of just have their own little moment of just being there. It cuts like to kind of just like what's happening around the festival, and then you see Nodoka and Miss Yamanaka coming up to the club room. Miss Yamanaka's like, "You did great, girls. You're gonna bathe me with praise now," and like they're just all asleep.
Yep.
All just sitting under the sunset, sleeping. That is how we wrap up our episode. Big performance episode, which is fun because like specifically because like this is the last time like you're gonna really see like a big performance from them. Like it's cool to kind of just like go all out and make like just an entire episode of it.
Yeah.
And also just because like, hey, we got 2 new songs you gotta perform, so give them enough time to be performed and everything. And also Yui just goes full comedy skit.
But like nothing goes horrifically wrong here, like it has the last few times. So it's kind of like, to an extent, like the perfect performance for them.
It's true.
Which is a good thing.
Like I think they mentioned it after their first school festival performance or something, like how like the school festival was their Budokan. Like this feels like the culmination of that, where like they get like that big performance, and like they literally have like a super no vacancy, like crowd outpouring where like everyone's there. They're all like there specifically for them, and just like that is the show you want, and they get it, and it's really good.
They get it and they nail it.
They nail it. They absolutely nail it.
Other than the polite applause, but
just because Yui's this weirdo.
Yep.
Which is just gonna happen.
So yeah, she is as a person.
Now that we have the school festival out of the way, we are now winding down to the end.
Da-da-dum.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes left. And then a movie. Yeah. So next time, we will be discussing Season 2, Episode 21, entitled Graduation Yearbook. Got to get that final photo for the yearbook. And
gotta look good.
Yui's going to try and figure out a way to look good. And Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, we will be continuing our weird little peruse around the episode. So after next episode, we will be taking a trip to another OVA, and then I think bouncing back and forth a bit. Yeah, we'll bounce. We'll go from next episode to OVA after that to back to regularly scheduled to an OVA again, and then we'll finish out the rest of the season.
Wild.
It's complicated, but we will explain everything next time, probably a little bit better. And then we'll watch a movie. We won't have to
Yay!
wait to literally like years or months afterwards to watch a movie. It's just like we have it.
Yay!
I'm staring at my copy of it right now.
I'm
It's-
not, but
It's sitting
don't
next
have
to
it.
some Love Live Sunshine.
which is a fantastic show.
It's good. Yes. Yeah, we are winding down the end of K-On!
Well, we're
So-
gonna figure out what we're gonna watch after this.
We will.
I have
But,
an idea. I'll have to run it past you.
I feel like we may have already come up with the idea for this, but also you could run it by me, whatevs.
Yeah, I don't remember if this is the same idea.
Okay. But if you'd like more from us, go to seasonlanguagecheckup.com or sec.cool is where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Season Language Checkup, Season Language Checkup OVA. And you can find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you want more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. And if you want more from us on Twitter, twitter.com/animecheckup. So next time, we'll see how Yui tries to fix her look.